Hello, Scorpio. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How are you, my friends? Thank you so much for clicking here. I hope you're well. So, Scorpio, happy birthday to you first and foremost. I hope you're having a beautiful Scorpio season. I am enjoying this Scorpio energy personally. And, well, Scorpio is my jam. It is my opposite energy on the zodiac wheel. I'm a Taurus sun, so Scorpio is totally my jam. But if you are having a birthday today, happy birthday to you. And if you've, for those of you who have been putting your birth dates in the comments, I've answered you there. And if your birthday's coming up, I hope it's lovely. If I missed it, I hope it was great. All right, so we're going to pull out these. I'm going to pull out one card from each of these oracle decks here, and then we are going to hit it with some tarot. We're going to do a 9-card draw with the tarot today. Tell me what's coming up for Scorpio. Look, if you're brand new and you've never been here before, welcome, welcome. There is a subscription button down the bottom right-hand corner if you decide to stay. Add yourself to this very quickly growing group of Scorpios here. We've got suffering in silence and trapped in fear. A very interesting place to start. So it does feel like in the week ahead, you're going to feel the pressure of life. I feel like it's the pressure of something that, and I feel like the only reason that you're in the pressure cooker here is because you refuse to say something. I do feel though that you will say something because we have a progression here. When I see 8, 9, and then 10, 11, whatever, it's like a progression or an ascension is about to happen here. Tell me more about Scorpio. We've got Trust in the Magic, card number 66. So I feel like with Trust in the Magic, I feel like right now you might be trapped in the mind. There's something here that you're thinking about that you may not be telling other people, something that you would consider to be suffering. I'm just going to say the sun is in the distance here, right? You can see the sun is over the horizon. The sun is in the distance. And although you've been going through something alone, Scorpio, I feel like the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that the sun will come out, right? And tomorrow, right? I feel like the sun is coming over the mountains here, and it's going to be a new day. I don't think you're going to have to suffer in silence much longer. It says, be generous of spirit. Because I feel like something new is beginning here, because we've got a 9, right? The 9 is pretty much the end of the cycle, right? We're just waiting for the 10 at that point. We've got card number 37, so we've got 8, 9, 10. 3 and 7 is 10, right? So we've got, like I said, a progression. It feels like you're in some sort of an ascension. So if you have been in this energy of feeling like you can't say something, or maybe I just shouldn't say that in front of these people, I feel like if you've been the one suffering in silence, that's about to come to an end. Tell me more about Scorpio, please. We've got peace. There it is. Yeah. I feel like you will be coming to peace. There's something here that I feel like you're feeling in lack about something. And you will be coming to peace, because I feel like peace is about to be born in your life here. We've got a changes in the wind. There we go. So we know that a big change is coming up for you here. So hang in there, Scorpio. If you're the one that's been having a hard time, yeah, it does feel like if you're having a hard time, it is that you won't speak to somebody about whatever it is that's in your head. And so I feel like that's why you feel a little bit trapped in fear of making a decision, fear of what people might say if you let them know you've been suffering in silence. I feel like you're strong, though. We've got a lion here, right? Strength. Something is going to happen brand new here. Jeez, these cards are jumping. Right, there's one. I just said strength, right? There we go. We got the strength card that just popped out here. 2 more cards, please, for Scorpio. There's one. Woo, that one. Oh, well, I think that somebody here has got some stress that's going on. That's what it is. Somebody is suffering in silence from stress. And that one you saw took a big nosedive onto the table, right? So I feel like with this card of strength here, it says determination, perseverance, and self-discovery. Look, if there was anybody who ever had determination, perseverance, it's you. And I feel like there's going to be less suffering in silence very, very soon. Bottom of the deck, we have manifestation, trust in the magic. That's really beautiful, because I was just thinking in my head, that the manifestation energy is the magician, and it says trust the magic. So look, you can get yourself out of this spot I feel like this is a hard cycle that's about to straighten itself out. We could be talking about the full moon energy that's coming up on Saturday. If you are in the northern hemisphere, Friday, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it feels, this energy, it's like it's the full moon in Taurus, and combined with your energy of Scorpio, it's like emotional stability, right? It's we're getting things stable. We're putting things where they belong, people where they belong. Your sensitivity and your intuition is going to be on high, but it's going to offer you some sort of a balance, right? Because that's what my energy is mixed with your energy, right? That is kind of a little bit of a stable psychological energy. So we have stress here. Look. If stress, you're going to get peace from this stress here. Whatever's been stressing you out, it says cleanse and detoxify from, unnecessary commitments. Look, it doesn't say unnecessary things, it says unnecessary commitments. If you're overcommitted, if you're saying yes to everybody, it's time for you to say no. We are in November. It's time for you to learn how to say no. Bottom of the deck says energy activation, connect to the divine through meditation and prayer. All right. Let's get to some tarot. Tell me about Scorpio, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Scorpio, if you are interested in a private read, please look below this video. I always have something pinned there for you that has a link to Wizio. You will get your reading back in less than 10 days right now. It's going to get very busy for December, and I usually get a little bit of a lull in November, so this would be the ideal time if you're not into waiting too long. Tell me about Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please. Tell me about Scorpio. Seven of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. It's the end of your confusion here. I think you know that, and I think you know what you're going to do. Trapped in fear can be confusion, but I feel like there's really isn't anything that can keep you down. There really isn't anything that can push you down and hold you there. I'm going to say you might get tripped. Somebody might trip you up. You might end up falling down, but you're always going to get back up again. I feel like the Ten of Swords is telling me that you're about to release something that's been painful for you. And I feel like you've been trapped in fear and suffering in silence. So I feel like this strength here is what's going to cut through all of this confusion, this emotional, overwhelming confusion. It's time with the Ace of Wands that you realize that there's another path for you. It's an exciting and creative path, and all you need to do is pick up the wand, my friend. Tell me more about Scorpio. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Two of Pentacles at the heart of the matter. And we have the World card in the reverse. So I feel like you've decided that you're going to be closing a bunch of doors in the week ahead. And that sort of tracks because we do have a full moon coming. And what are the full moons for? Things coming full circle. We're releasing things, trying to get some stability, some emotional stability. Nurturing the self and the ones that we love, and then maybe releasing the things that have been unfinished. It's kind of what this full moon is about. It's like taking things from where they are and putting them in the place on the shelf, right? Maybe it's people who say they're your friend but don't act like your friend. Maybe it's people in your family who don't really back you up. It feels like that's coming at you quickly, but there is going to be a decision-making process. So I think that you're supposed to be prepared to make some pentacle life decisions, which I mean is like, I've got the two wands and I'm saying prepare. That's preparatory energy, right? These things are going to be coming at you quickly. I just saw in my mind's eye, Charlie just showed me somebody that's catching a bunch of frisbees, one after the other. It's like it's going to be rapid firing at you next week. You're going to have to catch these frisbees and, put them where they belong. It feels like you're going to be making decisions, maybe closing some doors, because the World in the reverse is like there's doors open somewhere or a door open somewhere. Something here has been left unsaid or undone, or there's unfinished business. I feel like you're going to be releasing that or letting it go. Tell me what else is coming up for Scorpio, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and we've got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. So It feels like I'm speaking to a Scorpio who has been dragging their heels on closing a chapter of their life. And it's because there could be memories back there that you don't want to let go of. It could be that this world energy that is in the reverse here, it almost feels like you've stopped dead in your tracks. It's like, I have to think if I close the door, because I know, Scorpio, that when a fixed sign like you and I, right, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Leo, that we do approach things very slowly. We'll give people chances after chances after chances, right? We'll always give them a chance or 2 or 5 or 10. But once we say no, once we say the door is closed, we're never going back. And that's why sometimes those fixed signs will take so long to make a decision. Because I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles here, it's almost like you've gotten off the horse, you're sitting down eating lunch and thinking, looking at this door, thinking there's something here that I've got to get rid of here. I've got to release something here. It does feel like there is a new path here, but until you release the old path or close the door on the old way of thinking or the old way of being, it feels like you can't have whatever's in the future. And I think what's in the future is this really beautiful energy of some sort of a new beginning or a new path, right? The Ace of Wands is here, card 37, that breaks down to a 10. In the future energy here, it does feel like there is some type of wish fulfillment coming in, but I feel like if you don't get back on the horse and start moving, it's going to be kind of hard to bring it in. It feels like it wants to come in like really quickly here. The Seven of Pentacles tells me that you've been stressing over it. It feels like you've been waiting in this stressful energy, suffering in silence, and that you've been trapped in your mind here, that you're trapped in a place where you put yourself, and you're like, it's okay, I can handle it, I got big shoulders, and I know you do, Scorpio, but I feel like it's time for you to begin manifestation here. It says here, trust in the magic, and manifestations is the law of attraction. Thoughts become things. So it does feel like you're thinking of closing a door. You're suffering over it as to whether you should or not. The thing is that your intuition is knocking on you here, right? I think I'm hearing, what am I hearing? Slim Shady, knocking on your head, right? I'm hearing that. So it feels like, you know, like your intuition is like keeps knocking at you, won't let you alone, is telling you that change must occur. Change is here, change is in the wind. And it feels like you're going to have to, it feels like something's weighing you down a lot and you want to release that thing. Your intuition is telling you it's time to close this door, release whatever this is, because there is a change here and you're about to step into a new cycle, I want to say, a new chapter possibly of your life. Maybe this is time to let this stuff go that you've been holding on to for way too long. Feels like with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse that you've been holding on to betrayals, bad conversations, people called you names, maybe people disagreed with you and then betrayed you. Like it feels like that sort of energy is what you are holding on to, but you need to let go. This feels like a bit of a grudge. So it feels like you need to let go of something in order to feel free. Overall energy here, we have the Ace of Swords. I feel like it's going to be a month of you speaking up, saying some things, asking for conversations. Can we meet somewhere for coffee? It feels like you are, I don't think that you're meeting somewhere for coffee to cut this person from your life. I think you're sort of, how can I say, looking them over, feeling their energy. Is this the person I want to be in my life as I move forward into this new chapter? Tell me more about Scorpio. I think ultimately at the heart of the matter here, we have the Two of Pentacles. It's a lot of juggling. It's a lot of busyness. Things coming at you very quickly here with the Knight of Wands. Decisions that are, maybe some of them are going to have to be made on the fly. But I don't think that this is news to you. I think it's stuff that you've been thinking about obsessively anyway, that you've been thinking about it over and over again. And I feel like, the Two of Pentacles tells me that you're trying to keep everything in order or stable, but the Knight of Wands keeps pushing at you to make a decision about something here. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. I feel like you have a manifestation that is lined up, ready to go, on deck, but you got to close this door first. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. We do have the King of Wands, we have the Seven of Cups again, and we have the Six of Pentacles. So I do feel like with this Ace of, oh, look at that. This Six of Pentacles is here as well. It does feel like there's going to be conversations, but I feel like the conversations for you on your side, I feel like it's going to be conversations that are about getting things back on an even keel, get things back in order, get things to feel more balanced. I was just looking here, we've got the Page of Cups. I feel like they are impromptu visits or impromptu conversations, maybe online, but possibly face-to-face. The Ace of Swords is ideas, right? And I feel like you're just trying to figure out who you have contracts with in this life and who you do not. We have the Knight of Wands. I'm going to say that I feel like that coming up in the week ahead for you, Scorpio, that it might be a little bit of an emotionally unstable time until the full moon arrives. It feels like it could feel a little bit unstable. Sorry, this is after, I'm reading for the week after the full moon. So once the full moon arrives and you make your decisions, because I feel like being at the heart of the matter, that's exactly what's going on next week. I feel like you might be meeting with people this week and possibly helping people, giving people a helping hand. It feels like you're motivated to do so, but it also feels like this week might be a little bit up and down, I'm going to say, because of the trapped in fear and the suffering and silence. It does feel like you are talking to people, maybe starting new conversations to see who really notices when no one waters the plants. Do you know what I mean? If you don't water the plants, do the plants die, or do your friends come by and water the plants? Like, I feel like it's that sort of energy. I feel like you're willing to give reciprocal energy to people who will give it back to you, but I don't think you're just giving your energy freely anymore, because it makes you too far off balance. It's like you're giving more than taking. Tell me about the Two of Wands. Got the Five of Swords. We've got the Eight of Cups. Yeah, that's what it feels like here. We've got the Six of Cups. Look, some of them, it's going to be hard to cut some of them. I'm just going to say. We've got the Five of Swords, and I feel like this is you saying, as you walk out the door, putting your jacket on after you've left the coffee shop, yeah, no, I don't think I'm talking to that one again. That's what it feels like here with the Five of Swords. It feels like in some cases, I don't think you're going to fight or argue. I think that you are getting a feel, like I said, feeling their energy. Are they somebody I would miss? Do they miss me when I'm not around? Do I always have to call them, or do they check in on me? So I feel like the Five of Swords is telling me that those people where you have these really deep fundamental differences with, or people that you just always are at opposing views, people who are argumentative. There are people who just want to make an argument out of everything, who like to fight. I feel like that's what you're leaving behind. But I feel like you have collected some of those people in your life, Scorpio, and at this point, you really haven't said anything, because you're the one who's emotionally intelligent. I mean, not all of you are, but most of you are. And Scorpio is somebody who doesn't usually show the feelings on the surface. I'm just going to quietly distance myself. I'm just going to take out the big old sharp sword, and I'm going to cut you out of my life and see you later. It feels like some of those people might be people that you've known forever, a long time. Some of them could be family members. The Six of Cups is nostalgia. It is nostalgia. It's like we've shared a meal together. We've shared a holiday together. We've known each other for a really long time. I feel like you're disconnecting from some of this energy that people will say, "Oh, you can't do that. It's your family." I don't believe in that energy. I believe that if people do you wrong, you got to take people where they are and put them in their place. And whether you do that with words or silently is totally up to you. So we have this World card in the reverse, and I'm saying all of that for this energy with the Two of Pentacles, because it feels like what's coming is you are going to be releasing more than one, I feel, person in your life. You've left this door open out of courtesy because you didn't want to hurt their feelings. You didn't want them to feel bad or betrayed or a painful ending. I don't know. I feel like you're into this new thing now. Remember, you're having an ascension, 8, 9, 10, right? You're closing the door at the 10. Tell me about the World card, please. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, this time in the upright. We've got the Three of Swords, and we've got the Two of Cups. So I feel like it's, essentially the editing of the Facebook list. Some people go through it every year, or the Insta list, right? Who haven't I heard from in forever? Who hasn't bothered to call, message? People who are just in the white surveillance vans watching me. We've got the Three of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse here, and it's in the upright here. So it feels like you go from a place where you've taken your time because you don't want to hurt anybody. And I feel like you're also in this place of sort of meeting with people that you that have been in your circle for a long time, finding out which ones are with you and which ones are against you. With the Two of Cups, it's love. With the Three of Swords, it's not, right? It's disappointment. It's people who have disappointed you over the last year. The Knight of Pentacles is here and holds one pentacle. Pentacles for me as a reader are years. I feel like you're sort of reviewing the year. And it feels like it's because maybe the birthdays come around, your solar return is here, right? It feels like you're kind of reviewing life. That's what it feels like. And you're realizing you've left some doors open unnecessarily. So I feel like there is a little bit of stress with that, but I feel like after the stress, there is going to be peace. Tell me about I feel like the Seven of Pentacles is telling me that you've put a lot of hard work into your friendships and you take them seriously, or your love ships or people that are in your family, that you work really hard. But I feel like you are about to detach with the Eight of Cups here. You're about to detach from people who make you work harder than they will work for you. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. You're about to nurture yourself, the self, your path, the path you're picking. We do have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. Yeah, it's a new day. It's a new path that you're going on here. And I feel like you are closing some doors here. There are going to be some people in your life where you've decided that you're not going to announce to the world, look, I'm cutting you out of my life. That's not how you roll, Scorpio. I feel like you're much more discreet than that. And the Seven of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles is telling me I'm just going to silently close the door on doing all of the hard work myself. And I'm going to go on the new path. And I'm going to find out who loves me. I'm going to make new friends. The Page of Cups is here. New experiences, new friends, new excitement, fun, flirty you. It's like I'm deciding I'm going to close the door here and it's time for me to go on a new path. I could be talking to someone who is single and happy, but of course the Nine of Cups can be just wish fulfillment, straight up wish fulfillment here. Tell me about the Nine of Cups in the future, please. This would be the week after the week that I'm reading for right now. So not next week, but the week after that. Tell me about the Nine of Cups. Something that you don't see arriving. The Moon is here. We have the Knight of Wands, but it is showing up. It is showing up pretty quick. And I feel like as soon as you close this door, as soon as you turn the World card to the upright again, I feel like that's when things start to move ahead for you. Yeah, it's a perspective that you're getting. The perspective is, I need to be happy and I'm not carrying dead weight anymore. I'm not going into 2025 carrying dead weight. We're almost at the end of the year. The World card could be in the reverse because we're in November and not yet December, but we are coming closer to the end of the year. I feel like that is your cutoff. I feel like you're using December 31st as your cutoff. Tell me why the Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse, please. I think everything's going to come to a full hard stop. That's what I'm feeling right here. The door closes. Everything, like for some people, it's going to come to a hard stop with you. We've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Emperor. Oof, yes. There it is, whether you're feminine or masculine. And we've got the Seven of Wands and also the Two of Wands has come up here. So you are preparing, right? You're loading your guns here. Not literally, right? But the Seven of Swords or Seven of Wands is telling me that you're putting up some boundaries. You're preparing to build your fence, to put up your boundaries, to stand up for yourself because you're the Emperor. It's time to organize stability, security. I know what I want. I have to make the cuts, whether they're easy ones or hard ones. The Emperor is the ruler of the empire. Your life is your empire. Maybe you own businesses, but the people that are in your life, that's your empire. I feel like you're moving really slowly. You've got the passive Knight here. You're moving really slowly towards this, but I feel like the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is telling me that when you make a decision, you're done. That's it. There's no going back, and that's the way Scorpio is. When you make a decision, you're not going back. Don't even ask Scorpio to try and open the door because they've already put the wood slats over it and nailed in all the nails, right? So I feel like you are standing up for yourself here, and it is a time that you need to prepare for change to happen, but I feel like you're the one that's bringing the change, Scorpio, because we start how we ended. We end how we started. We've got the Strength card. We've got the Strength card. We also have a Lion. It feels like you're controlling yourself is what you're doing. You're doing this in a very controlled and emotionally intelligent way. You're not freaking out, losing your mind, having fights with people. You're just going to silently go your own way. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching, Scorpio. I do dearly love you. I am out for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Bye-bye.